I know the feds trail me, so my alias is Makaveli. Getting lessons from niggas in penitentiaries. Game, when applied, helped me survive several centuries. Made niggas. Now, for the people who feel that he's alive, I'm pretty sure that just hits the nail on the head. That puts the nail in the coffin. Hits it right on the head like, see? Motherfucker, he's alive. He knew what was up. God damn it. He wasn't no dummy. So, this is part 8. And this is where we starting at. Lyrics. Lyrics for Pac songs. Foreshadowing. Telling you that, nigga, I know what's going on. But you know what? That's the only lyric that, God damn it. That's the only lyric that I am going to reprise. That's the only one. Because there are several ones out there which say, like, what he's planning on doing. You got Ambitions of a Rider, where he talks about evading the cops, paying off the block, and everything like that. I mean, there's many people who've already done it, so I don't need to go back and do it. But that one right there, for the people who feel he's alive, that's the one I'm going to say. Let me say it again. Let me say it again, just in case you didn't hear it. Just in case you thought I was freestyling. I know the feds trail me, so my alias is Makaveli. Get lessons from niggas in penitentiaries. Game, when applied, helped me survive several centuries. God damn, that's deep. Now, I've known that for years. I mean, I practically, well, I know only part of the verse of "Made Niggas" by Pac or whatever, because you want to listen, you just don't want to hear. Just like I said in my last video, a lot of people just hear, they don't want to listen. So I listened for that, and I said, damn, like he threw it right out there. He said the feds is trailing him. So he made up an alias. He said he got lessons from dudes in penitentiaries, like people who were never getting out. And I'm pretty sure that's what it was. He was getting lessons and he was getting game from people who were never getting out. And it's like, dude, if you're going to escape, this is how I would have done it. I could imagine. Nigga, I got 65 to life. I have to do 65 years. I have to. And then after that, then I get my first parole hearing. This is what I gotta do. But you understand? This is what I would have done to escape. I would have faked my death if I could have done it, because I knew what I was doing and I was out there like that. This is what I would have done to evade the block, evade the police, the feds, the CIA, and everything like that. This is what I would have done. So then he said, the game, you can break that down. Matter of fact, fuck that. Let's break this shit down. I'm going to try to make this short. I'm going to try to make it short, because I noticed my last video was like almost like 40 minutes. And you know what? Fuck that shit. Because for these motherfuckers, I see a lot of motherfuckers on social media when it comes to videos. Motherfuckers don't want to watch 10-minute videos, 20-minute, 15-minute videos, 30-minute videos, 50-minute, an hour, hour long. They don't want to do that. Because like I mentioned in the last one, in the video, your attention span is short. You're a dummy. I'm sorry. You don't have enough time on your hands. Hey, get a marker, get a pen, get a pencil, mark down where you left off and come back and watch. Like some people, they even like argue with people with paragraphs and shit like that. And they make fun of them or tease them about their paragraphs being long as hell and everything, because you fucking can't read. Your attention span is short as a motherfucker. You're illiterate. You have what's that? Dyslexia. You can't pay attention. So of course you don't want to read. You don't want to watch. You don't want to get information. Fuck you. And I'm not saying that to diss nobody. That's just what it is. You don't want to watch 30-minute, 20-minute, 15-minute, 10-minute, 5-minute videos. Motherfuckers expect people to do a 3-minute or a 5-minute video, without elaborating. That's what they expect people to do. But that's just not how it works. So for the motherfuckers with the short attention spans, fuck you. Just like that. Fuck you. I don't give a shit. But anyway, so let's break this shit down. I know the feds trail me. Now it's clear as day that, Pac knew what type of situation he was in. He knew what type of situation he was in. Like I said, you can go back to many lyrics where he points out the shit that he knows and the shit that he's going to do or what he's about to do. He knows it. And he's telling you it's right there. I mean, like I said, I'm a writer. I'm an inspiring. I said it. I hate repeating myself. I'm an inspiring screenplay writer and all that stuff. I write music. I write stories, screenplays. I got a couple books that I wanna write and everything like that. And you can encode messages. That's just what writers do. Master writers. That's what we do. So, he said that in plain sight. I know the feds trail me. So my alias is Makaveli. That's pretty much just, self-explanatory. I'm telling you what I'm doing, pretty much. So it's like, y'all want to play chess? Y'all think I'm playing checkers, but I'm playing chess. So what's up? Let's do it. What y'all want to do? I ain't got nothing to lose. Because you know what? I'm out on bail. I can go back for this shit. I don't want to go back to jail. I'm straight. I like being free. I've never been in jail this fucking long. Especially for some fucking shit that I didn't do. Getting lessons from niggas in penitentiaries. Who knows what type of lessons he's gotten from people in penitentiaries. Well, in the penitentiary. He didn't go to penitentiaries, but that's the way he worded it. Who knows what lessons he got from individuals who were locked up with him? Who knows the books that they referenced for him to read? And plus applying the knowledge to him and saying that if you do get out, since you are in the public eye, this is what you got to do. You must do this. And that's the only way that you're going to conquer knowledge of self. Now, I feel that Pac, while he was incarcerated, he probably won't say it, or he probably will never mention it, or he's never mentioned it, but I feel that he had knowledge of self. He actually found himself. He was like, fuck, like, damn, what the fuck was I doing? And just remember, he was 25 years old. Well, 24 years old. He was 24 years old at the time. Come on, like, how many 24 years old, how many 24-year-olds do you know who think like him or who thought like him right now? I don't know any. And I'm not saying that there's none out there, but I don't know any. I have no idea. You got these new rappers and shit like that. They don't think nothing like them. They say they better than them, but they don't think nothing like them. Like, what's his name? The one dude, Lil Yachty and Kodak Black and all them. They said they better than them. better than Big and Pac or whatever. But they don't think nothing like them or whatever. So just think about that shit. Seriously, critically think about that shit. All right? Game when applied. Game. I mean, game could be separated into all types of shit. Game, the plan. I say game, and I think of the plan. I think of a strategy. I think of a puzzle. I think of a circuit, like an electrical circuit. I think of the way that a car is built and put together, what makes it run. I think of a pipeline. I think of the solar system. I think of, let me see, the way people tie their shoes. I think of the way someone has their hair braided and there's a bunch of designs, the way it's parted. I think of, I'm coming off with this at the top of my head. I'm freestyling this. But that's what I think of when I think of game. So you can take it in any way that you want to take it. So that's when I think of game. So then it says, when applied, I mean, that's self-explanatory as well. When you apply the game, when you apply the strategy, the design, the puzzle, then helping me survive several centuries. That's self-explanatory too. I mean, you can break it down, but centuries, of course, you know that centuries are 100 years. A century is 100 years. So, I mean, that's code for like, helping me pretty much prosper for as long as I'm alive. I could stay alive for centuries. And that pretty much says like, my music, of course, will live on. And I can say that, for him to rhyme that, he had to rhyme it. So, of course, he wanted to say decades. That's what I would think. He wanted to say decades, but he said centuries because that's what rhymed with it. And that's where the mastermind behind the pen would come into play. So that's what he said as far as that. That's what he said as far as his words. And like I said, it's self-explanatory. Helping me survive several centuries. Applying the game. Let's read it again, because sometimes you gotta just knock this shit into people's head. I know the feds trail me, so my alias is Makaveli. Getting lessons from niggas in penitentiaries. Game when applied. Help me survive several centuries. I know the feds trail me, so my alias is Makaveli. Getting lessons from niggas in penitentiaries. Game when applied. Help me survive several centuries. God damn. Now there's people back then, or people right now, or, said he predicted his own death. But what does that say? You say he predicted his own death, but he's talking about surviving in this shit. He ain't talking about being shot up or dying or everything like that. I mean, this motherfucker was a poet. This motherfucker studied shit. He was a mastermind. I mean, a 24-year-old. I mean, Pac looked like he was like 35. But he was really 24. He looked older than what he was. It was crazy. I'm just like, when I look back and I look at him, it's like sometimes I'm looking at him and I'm like, shit. I'm like, this motherfucker was 24 at this point. Some other shit, I'm like, damn, he was 23. He was 22. I'm like, the way he was speaking, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. So anyway, Y'all think about that shit. I mean, that shit is serious. I mean, if you don't get that shit, then like whatever. But this is for the people who feel he's alive. So right now I'm catering to the people who feel he's alive. I didn't already cater to the people who feel he was dead in the previous video. So for the people who feel he's dead, go back and listen to the earlier videos. I don't know what part it was, but I'm catering to y'all in them earlier videos. I'm catering to the people now who feel he's alive. Because at the end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say why he's dead and why he's alive. That's going to be the final countdown, like the rock song. I don't know who sung it, who performed it, but it's going to be the final countdown. This is part 8, like I said. Now we are at the end. So I'm probably going to do the last one at number 9. Or I'm probably going to do 2 more at 9 and 10. But this is the final countdown. So, now I remember people saying that Death Row was the house that Snoop built. And then I was thinking about it, and I didn't catch it at first. But I was like, wait a minute, hold on. The house that Snoop built. And then I was like, wait the fuck a minute. Snoop came after Dr. Dre. So it's the house that Dr. Dre built. It's not the house that Snoop built. It was the house that Dr. Dre built. Because without a producer, you ain't got shit. There is no way that Snoop Dogg, and I'm not dissing Snoop Dogg at all. I'm not dissing him. There is no way that Snoop Dogg could have put out acapellas and made the type of money or fan reaction or the type of revenue or sound scans or however you want to say it and put it. There was no way that he could have done that without Dr. Dre. So I felt that, Dr. Dre didn't get credit when they were talking about like where, Suge was saying like, Pac, this is the house that Snoop built. And then, you hear that shit, right? But then you go back and you actually listen. This is where listening comes in. No, Dre built Death Row, not Snoop. Snoop didn't build Death Row. Dre built it because he came first. I mean, that's self-explanatory. But a lot of people don't catch that shit. The beats. Deep cover. Snoop even said it himself. That's when he came in. Deep cover. Who did the beat? I don't know if anybody helped Dre do it, but who did the beat? Who's credited for it? Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre is the one that made the beat, and he put Snoop on the shit. So obviously it wasn't Dr. Dre who, obviously it wasn't Snoop. It wasn't the house of Snoop that made Death Row. It was Dr. Dre. It was his house. Then Snoop came in and laid the lyrics down. So that's just like saying, like, let's look at the elements of hip hop. Just quickly. You got the DJ, you got the breakdancing and the graffiti and the MC. Right? I think I'm probably missing one more. Am I missing one more? Hold on. The graffiti, MC, DJ, breakdancing. I don't know if I'm missing one more. I think that's it. Fuck, I hope I'm not wrong. I'm a type of perfectionist. Perfectionist. Fuck. I hope I'm not wrong. But anyway, so it's like that. So it's like without the DJ, you don't have an MC. Graffiti and breakdancing is it's an element of hip hop, but even no, I take that back because I was finna say even a breakdancer can have, their shit without a DJ, which is true. They could just go and breakdance, but it would be better with the DJ, with the music, with the producer, somebody who made the tunes or whatever. So pretty much what I'm trying to say is, case in point, is that Snoop wouldn't have been shit without Dr. Dre. So it's the house of Dr. Dre who made the shit, not Snoop. And that's real. That's what I feel. All right. So, and then I want to skip to back to 1996 because, like I said, with the Orlando Anderson shit, um, people like the idea that Orlando Anderson shot Tupac because it sounds good, right? It sounds good. It sounds good that it was some gang shit. Such and such punches him, he comes back blasting everything. I said that before. But people like that idea because Sugar's a blood. And Tupac was rolling with him. Orlando Anderson was a Crip. So it's like the fucking movies and shit like that to people. That's how people think. People watch too much TV, so they feel like, of course, that's what happened. And I already told you about the streets and everything and how everybody believe the streets, but the streets these people in the streets are corrupt and they selling drugs and they killing people. Ain't nobody saying nothing, but they believe them. And can't nobody say nothing or can't nobody tell me who pulled the trigger the first time with Pac and everything like that. So, that's what sounds good to people. But, it was Crips fighting Crips. It was Bloods fighting Bloods. That's what it was. So it's like, for them type of people, for them simple-minded people, that's what sounds good to them, which is fine. If that's what you believe, fine. But the case is still not closed. Nobody proved it. And you got all these other theories now that come out and everything, and like most people are sticking to the first theory. Orlando Anderson did it because that's what they believed. But now there are more theories that have come out. So it's really confusing for people out there. Then, what happens is now you have, I see, I would say Russell Poole because Russell Poole started it. Now you got Russell Poole and Michael Carlin versus Greg Kading. That's where that come in. So it's pretty much like Chaos Merchants versus Murder Rap. So it's going back and forth now. It's the same thing all over again. All over again. But maybe, just maybe, all of this will shed some light because it's going to be somebody who's going to correlate all this shit into one piece and discredit probably mostly Michael Carlin or mostly Greg Kading, or they're going to put together some type of information where they're going to take pieces out of both of them and say, well, this was right, but this was wrong. This was wrong, but this was right. But I feel that, there's becoming more information. More information is coming out as we speak, as I speak, and as time goes on, there's going to be more shit or whatever. But everybody's on the edge of their seats. For people who are like me, who are in investigative journalism, this is the type of shit that we want. This is what we want. We try to stay neutral. We stay neutral. Like I said, for me, I stay neutral. And I'm a truth seeker. I just want to know what happened. That's all I want to know. Because, I've told people, I don't give a fuck if he dead or alive. Because no matter what, I'm still a supporter of Pac. He could be dead, he could be alive. What the fuck does it have to do with me, really? It has nothing to do with me. Pac don't know me. If you're listening to this, I fucking highly doubt into the negatives that he's listening to this. He's not listening to me. But it does nothing for me and it does nothing for him. He don't know me. I don't know him. We've never met. I don't care if he puts out another album. I I don't care if he doesn't put out another album. Is it gonna be dope? I don't know. Is the shit gonna be cracking? I don't know. But I don't care if he puts out another one or not. Because it does nothing for me. Even though I don't want it to do anything for me and I'm not looking for it to do anything for me, I just want to know. I'm just looking to know. That's all I don't know. That's all I want to know, you know? I might be a nosy, just like, nigga, what happened? Damn, you know, let me know if you're alive, you know? It's like tell everybody what happened so, you know, we can put this shit to rest. Or if it did happen the way it went down, let us know how it went down and why and everything like that. And I'm like, okay, for sure. Now, you know, everybody can shut the fuck up. So anyway, I'm done. And I want to end it with this. For the people who feel he's alive. I know the feds trail me. So my alias is Makaveli. Getting lessons from niggas in penitentiaries. Game when applied. Helped me survive several centuries. Y'all stay fit. Y'all keep sharp. And always make good decisions.